welcome. My name is Susan Broughton, and I'm one of the organizers of Perth Green Drinks. The other organizer is the lovely Flavia Readme. And so welcome tonight. I'd also like to, before we start, give a very big thank you to Central Institute of Technology. Kenley's here tonight from Central. Because they make these nights possible, they provide us with the venue, and they also pay for the catering, which we'll be enjoying afterwards. Yay to you. Did anyone here know that Central Institute of Technology has certificate and diploma programs in environmental monitoring and technology as well as renewable energy? Did anyone here not know that? And did anyone not know that also you can use it as a uni pathway? So that's pretty cool. I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm excited about tonight. Who's excited about tonight? Yay! Okay, we've got three excellent speakers. We've got, forgive me in advance, I'm going to do my best here. We've got Chiara Pescifici.
That's pretty spot on.
Thank you. Just practicing. We have, I won't say it again. She's the founder of Green Gurus, and she's an accredited home sustainability assessor. And I'll tell you about each speaker in turn a little bit more, but just for now. We also have Andrew Fares. He works in the Office of Energy/Public Utilities, developing and implementing energy efficiency policies for buildings, equipment, and the residential sector. Emma Everett works for Momentum Wealth, and she has a wide range of knowledge on the sustainability of property from an economic perspective, which we're also going to be discussing tonight. The next item on my list, please put your mobile phones on silent or turn them off. I need to move that up the list. Our toilets, if you haven't already found them, are just outside to the left. So tonight runs for about 50-55 minutes. We allow 10 minutes for each of the speakers to do a short talk. At 8 minutes, we'll give them a little warning to know that they've got a couple of minutes left, and the warning will sound like this. Then we've got about 25 minutes for discussion. So please get involved in the discussion. And afterwards, we have drinks and nibbles outside, and that's when we network and we keep the conversation going, or we talk about other things, and we get to know new people, and it's one of the best bits of the night, so please stick around for that. I just want to remind everyone, as usual, we have three speakers from different backgrounds, and tonight's not necessarily a controversial topic, but let's just, as always, keep it respectful and constructive conversation. We don't want a boxing match, okay? And with that, I will introduce our first speaker, Chiara Pescifici.
I'm going to talk about two particular projects that I've been involved in, and one of them is quite important. And can I just ask, who's a tenant in this room? Right? Who owns a house? Wouldn't you like to deal with a real estate agent who actually knows what they're talking about in terms of sustainability concepts, meaning solar PV panels on the roof, what that actually means to the actual occupant? That's just one example. You can go into grey water systems, rainwater tanks and the like. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to embark, when I was finishing off a Masters at Curtin University, I decided to do my dissertation on a pilot project with real estate agents. And we've got one, I see, real estate agent in the room who came to that pilot project event. And it was the first workshop, which was in 2010. And since that workshop, we've had 15 workshops with over 220 real estate agents in Western Australia. We've also been to Kalgoorlie to also reach that group of real estate agents. The Real Estate Institute of WA has also, and it's actually a second real estate agent I see in the room that's also been to the workshop. REWA, the Real Estate Institute of WA, also realised how important this information was to their member base, and so that's one of the reasons why they partnered with us. Just for the students in the room, I was just a mere student. I know I had a career in real estate for over 16 years, but as a student, you actually have the ability to use what you learn in your everyday studies on the topic of sustainability, be it urban design and the like, to actually use that in practice. So believe me, if I can set up something like this, you can too. and this is really grassroots. What we do is we've designed a workshop. We have guest speakers who come and present content, and it's a one-day workshop. There is a fee, so it's valued by the real estate agent that attends. There's property managers and there's sales agents that come. And the majority, like 99.8% of them, and I'll tell you about the 0.2% in a sec, but the 99.8% of real estate agents that have actually attended have all agreed how important this information is, not just to value adding to the sale process and also to the leasing process, but also to reduce their risk, because when they sell a house, they have to know what they're selling, and if they purport to different information or misinform the consumer, they can actually be, the onus is on them. So Green Guru started from a need, and that need was to engage and build capacity in the real estate sector with real estate agents, to inform them better, and actually to inform them for the first time for many, about what sustainable features could be put in a house, what they mean to the occupant, and how they can actually value add those aspects. One of the issues we've had, of course, and that's why I'm not just now directing a lot of our workshops with real estate agents, it's now morphed, because valuers, also there's been a couple of valuers, not a lot, but a few valuers that have been through our workshops, they too need to be engaged with, as well as strata managers, because valuers need to value these things. So if you buy a house and the sustainable features are of a amount more, you need that valuer to actually value those aspects. And at the moment, it's not seen as a nominal fee or a nominal amount to those features, but people are looking for them. If you do go to the website greengurus.com.au, you'll see that we've interviewed a number of the agents that have come to the workshops, and a lot of them have said they've started to get that need come through, the desire for what people are looking to buy. They're looking for more energy efficient homes. They're wanting to know more about what solar PV does. Solar PV, photovoltaic, which is the solar energy generation systems on the roof, because that obviously is an upfront fee for an upfront cost for the original owner, say 10, 15 grand, and that has to be valued back into the sale price. That's my personal opinion, but that's an opinion that's been confounded with a lot of the agents that have come through. So what I wanted to do today in my 10 minutes, and I think I've probably used 5, is just to let you know that at grassroots, this is happening out there. Real estate agents, who I believe are a very important group in terms of optimising the flow of meaningful and credible information to the consumer, are being engaged. And this is actually an Australian first, these workshops, and we're hoping to go national with them if we can. Actually, I'd be happy to even try and entice other trainers to do it in each state, and we've spoken with the Department of Climate Change and Energy Efficiency on a number of occasions to try and sort out funding to help engage real estate agents in other states as well. The second thing I wanted to tell you about, and I'm hoping this will also inspire you to know that this is happening out there. It's one of the reasons why I'm pushing the point. These things are happening. A lot of the time, people say to me, oh, all this green building stuff, no one really wants it, no one's looking for it. We don't hear about it on the TV. We don't really, unless you guys are subscribers or listen to RTR, there's no real media source of information on sustainability or energy efficiency or what's happening out there in the big wide world of green. And the media will start to focus on this as we move towards a low carbon future come 1st of July. And that's also one of the reasons why REWA, also looking after their member base, have partnered with us to deliver them. But the second thing I wanted to talk about tonight was some work I've been doing with some MPs in this state. And for those that own strata or live in strata property, the unfortunate circumstance we have is our current Strata Title Act. The Strata Titles Act actually prohibits people, individual lot owners, from retrofitting their homes to higher energy and water efficiency measures because of the voting rights. Now, we all obviously need to ensure that our property rights are not discounted here, but in terms of being part owner of a complex, it is important, especially as electricity prices start to move further up through the roof. We need to find a way to help individuals retrofit their homes without the one vote and you're out, and the technical term for it is resolution without dissent. If one person votes against a measure, then you can't do anything with that. You can potentially go to SAT, which is the State Administrative Tribunal, and try and get your, thanks for that, try and get your case heard and potentially put forward. But there are issues pertaining to strata titles. One of the barriers that one of the study that I did looked at the strata titles. We had a parliamentary, it was part of a parliamentary internship that I did last year, but we had a number of stakeholders. We created a steering committee and we talked about the facts. We looked at the law, so we had legal there as well as strata managers and advisors, as well as some of the MPs and other people from industry. Look at how we can start to potentially encourage the government to make some amendments to the Strata Title Act to insert sustainability information, at the very least, into bylaws. When I talk about sustainability information, at least give people the option to know that they can implement certain energy, water and landscaping provisions, subject to obviously conditions to be met. And just to finalise on that particular point, with the Strata Title Act, it's doable. It happened. It's happening. Changes are happening in other states, and the ACT have just recently enacted Section 23. If any of you are interested as students to look into strata title law and about the misgivings that most of the other states have, the ACT law actually allows for sustainability infrastructure to be implemented in a unit. Because what they did is soften the voting rights. So the voting rights here, as I said, is one vote you're out, but over in the ACT, it's 50%, 51% vote, and then you can move towards meeting certain conditions, or meeting certain conditions so you can actually put those features in your unit. So just to wrap up, I just really wanted to inform you of two main things that are happening out there that I've been involved in, and there are literally hundreds of other people that I've thankfully met along my own journey towards sustainability who are also doing a lot of this stuff at grassroots. And just secondly, just to finish, these are some of the resources that I gift to the real estate agents that come through the workshops. I've spoken with the authors of this book. This is a really good book if any of you have or haven't seen it. The CSIRO Handbook. It's a really easy book to go through and read. This is free. You can actually download this off the net. It's the entire book. John Dee, who was the guy that co-founded Planet Ark, he wrote this for Census. So Census actually commissioned him to write it, and this is on sustainable growth for small business. Very important to have a read of the case studies in this book because people are actually out there doing it in every state in this country. And the carbon tax will just enhance the carbon tax. Sorry.
I'm sorry, we're going to have to wrap up.
Okay.
If anyone wants more information on these books or wants to talk to Chiara after, I encourage you to do so. Wealth of knowledge.
Yep. That's a good segue because carbon tax will keep you here for
Yeah.
hours. Can I just also say this is also downloadable. This is the SEA 6-star. So if you ever want information on this 6-star for new homes, this is a really good book to have.